He has spoken on the topics faith, family and freedom in Cuba, Belgium, Brazil, Congo, UK and all over the USA to crowds from 14 to 40,000. International leadership speaker, trainer and coach. Author of Learn to Raw Leadership, Attitude Hack, Live a More Excellent Life, 5 Battle Strategies of a Victorious Warrior. 2021 President's Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. Founding partner of the John Maxwell team. Toastmaster International Speech Competition semi-finalist. Founder of Tell It Like It Is TV, ThatGuyRocks.com and ThatGuySpeaks.com. Creator of Story Power TV, Transforming Grace TV, and Leading Leaders Podcast. Producer of 4 TV programs and podcasts for Liftable TV and World Trumpet Television as well as multiple social media channels. Please help me welcome J. Loren Norris.
I read a quote in a book one time. In fact, it's one of those little books that I know is around here somewhere in my library, and I just cannot put my hands on it, which means somewhere in the transition from the old office to the new office, I have misplaced it, or it's still in a box because I ran out of shelves and I need more bookshelves. But it's a little book by John Maxwell called How Successful People Think. And in it, he says, thinking is very hard work. That's why so few people do it. That's what I want to talk about in this episode of Leading Leaders. Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom. I'm J. Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast, and have you ever been frustrated with something and then you realize the only person to be frustrated with is you? Well, that's where I'm at right now because I really wanted to read some quips out of that book today. I really wanted to share with you just why thinking is so hard. But I guess all I can do is tell you what I know from memory, or better yet, from my experiences. One of the first poems that I memorized in my life was a poem by a guy by the name of Shel Silverstein. It came from a book called The End of the Sidewalk. Mr. Sweeney, my 5th grade teacher, made us memorize a poem. We could pick any one we wanted to, but when he read this one the first time, I thought, that is my poem. That's like my life thing. And from 5th grade until today, I can still pretty much nail that poem. You want to hear it? Of course you do, because you don't have a choice. My mother said I'd lose my head if it wasn't fastened on. Well, today I guess it wasn't, for while playing with my cousin, it fell off and rolled away, and now it's gone. I can't look for it. My eyes are in it. Can't call to it. My mouth is on it. Couldn't hear me anyway. My ears are on it. Well, I guess I'll just sit right down here on my head and think. From memory, from more than 4 decades ago, that's about as close as I can get. Now, if anybody knows it better than I know it, feel free to share it in the comments and tell the whole world where I messed up. I'm okay with that. But I want to remind you that many of us don't find time to think because we're busy doing all the other stuff. All the stuff that we feel like we've got to get this done in order for life to move forward, to get the bills paid, to keep relationships intact, to figure out what it is we're going to do for our next job. We've got to be online. We've got to be on Indeed. We've got to be on all these job search tools. We've got to be out there pounding the pavement and asking for job interviews and handing out resumes and filling out applications. And I don't know if you know this or not, but right now about 90% of jobs, you can't even get an interview until you go through the online process, which means the opportunity for you to get a job is first held not by the gatekeeper at the company, but by the AI gatekeeper that's going to scour your application and resume, run your background check, decide if they like you as a person, check all your social media, and then either submit or not submit your resume to the hiring manager. The odds of getting even a hiring manager on the phone these days, even in a low-level, entry-level retail job, are pretty slim. Ironic, though, there are a whole lot of people making more money taking their clothes off in front of a video camera than there are making money after a college degree. In fact, there are people who are making more money with a fans account than there are with a bachelor's or a master's degree. They're making more